Yes, it is hammer time. It's been almost 3 years since the Avengers came out on the big screen. The 1.5 billion worldwide. It's back. Age of Ultron.
Yes.
You've seen it. Tell us all about it.
All right, the superhero gang is back, and this time they face the ultimate foe in Avengers: Age of Ultron. Get a look.
You want to protect the world, but you don't want it to change. You're all puppets, tangled in strings.
Oh man, Marvel has so many properties. Where does the storyline pick up as they get into Age of Ultron?
Immediately after the events of Captain America 2, which I like. So they're creating this nice timeline. You do need to follow these movies and sort of go back and maybe refresh yourself. So obviously the big comparisons are to the previous ones. I should say at the outset, it's not as strong as the first Avengers, mainly because it was the first time we'd seen the gang all together, and there were a couple of surprises in the first one, especially with that climactic battle in New York City. This one doesn't quite have that, but you've got new characters, you've got new fight scenes, a lot of humor. James Spader as Ultron is a formidable villain. You can tell he really relishes playing the bad guy, and it's got everything that you come to expect from a big summer blockbuster. Tons of fun, amazing staged action, and a lot of poignant emotional moments as well, especially when it comes to the Hulk and Scarlett Johansson's character, Black Widow. So there was a lot of humanity. Joss Whedon brings that together with the script, and the addition of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch add for some interesting sort of supernatural elements almost to the film.
You mentioned all of these characters, and I'm always amazed at how they manage the screen time. Say characters like Black Widow and Hawkeye that we haven't seen really have the spotlight in the movies. How are their characters developed in this one?
Yeah, that is a tricky part, because with the absence of Loki, Thor, unfortunately, and I know I'm biased here, he doesn't have too much to do in this film. So that was my one minor critique. And what they did, I think because he didn't have a lot to do in the first one, is they really developed Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye in this movie. And if you don't really like Hawkeye or don't see why he fits into the Avengers, you might be finding yourself a little bit bored with a lot of his scenes, because they really, towards the three-quarter mark of the movie, developed who he is, a little bit more of his backstory. But I kind of like that, because Renner, I felt, got a raw deal in the first one. He just sort of showed up with his quips and his his bow and arrow, pulling his Legolas and that kind of thing. But here he's got more to do, and they're able to show more of his humanity. So depending on how you feel about Hawkeye, I'll leave that with the viewers, obviously, but he's really in this one a lot more. And Hulk, he's also developed quite well. It's interesting to see where they're going to go with these characters. And obviously, given what the story is happening, where the story is going with 3 and 4, they're really planning to develop the relationship between Captain America and Iron Man, because there's going to be some clashing there. There's some tension building in this one, which I enjoy. And James Spader is excellent as this villainous Ultron. I mean, he just kind of, the lines, he just kind of purrs in this evil kind of way, So it's got all the action, it's got all the humor. I still don't think it was as good as the first one or Captain America 2, which to me is the superior entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Before we get to your hammers, if you are a newcomer to the Marvel franchise, can you jump in and keep up with this story, or do you need the backstory and watch these movies beforehand?
You need the backstory. It's so complex right now. There's so much going on. You need to almost watch Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain America 2, and the first Avengers to get up to speed.
Got to do your homework. How many hammers?
4 out of 5.
Okay, so still a solid movie.
Oh yeah, I'd see it again for sure.
Looking at some of these estimates, pulling in 28 million last night alone. So curious to see what the numbers are come Monday.